Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. As always, I'm your host, LitecoinLeader. Now, today we're going to talk a little bit, not so much about a particular coin, but about the market and some factors that you need to weigh in as someone who's involved. So, and it's going to be a little different, but it's an important lesson. I really want you to try and hang with me on this one. So, when you get involved in a coin or any particular coin, any investment, cryptocurrency, anything, any stock, bond, whatever you invest in, real estate. This is all not financial advice, but we're just talking something I've learned over the years. You need to have a plan before you even get involved, and you need to know what you're going to do with that asset you're going to get involved in to generate wealth for yourself before things happen to the marketplace. Meaning that if you buy a house, the house can go up in value, it can go down in value, it can stay sideways in value as an investment property, not necessarily the one that you live in. Same thing if you buy gold or silver, or if you buy something else as an investment. You need a plan for success and not let the market just dictate how you react. You need to let the market play itself out and have a plan to execute against whatever happens. So let's take, for example, something we all know about, and let's say you get involved in a particular coin. Now, there's three things that can happen. The coin can go up in price, it can go down in price, or it can go sideways. This may even happen before you even decide to jump into it. So let's say you're looking at a coin, and today it's $1, and you're not sure if you want to get in or not. So you decide, maybe I want in, maybe I want out, or maybe I'm just going to wait and see if it pulls back. So three things can happen. The price can go up, the price can stay sideways, the price can go down. What I'm asking you to do is just to think about this and try to have your future self talk to your present self. And that's the challenge, but it's a thought process I want you to have and a conversation I want you to have with yourself. And I'm going to try and guide you through it. Fast forward, let's say you wake up tomorrow morning and that price of the coin went from $1 to $2. How will you feel? Will you feel elated? Will you feel disappointed? Will you feel like you missed out? Will you be kicking yourself? Will you be upset with yourself? If the price is still $1, will you be say, great, I'm not worried about it. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. Or are you going to be in a place where like, maybe I need to reevaluate? And there's the third option. Let's say it's 50 cents instead of $1, and you waited, and now you're overnight, and you can have several different reactions, which you may or may not anticipate. You think you're going to feel elated, and you're like, okay, great, now I can buy twice as much. Or are you going to feel like, why did it go down so much? Am I missing something? Should I rethink this? Should I not get involved now? So you need to think about all those different things. And all those things have something in common. And I asked the question earlier, how will it make you feel? That feel word is very important. I chose that word on purpose because it's an emotionally charged word. It elicits an emotional reaction. Do you feel elated? Do you feel disappointed? Are you upset? Are you angry? All those reactions are emotional. They're not logical. They're not part of your plan. Removing emotion from your financial decisions is a very difficult thing to do, but it's very important for your success. And that's something I want to emphasize today as we talk about when you look at different investment platforms and different options that you have in both crypto and other things.
So now would be a good time to review the Wall Street cheat sheet of the psychology of a market cycle. All the way from disbelief to hope to optimism as we go upwards on the chart and we start to believe in the market, it becomes quite the thrill and we reach the peak with a euphoric state. Then we get complacency where we start to trail off and we think it's going to stay high forever. And then it comes back down through the anxiety, denial, panic, and capitulation phase. Everyone gets angry, it's depressing, and then you get disbelief, which repeats the whole cycle. So, what do all these words have in common? If you guessed that these were the names of the dwarves in the newly reimagined Snow White and Seven Dwarfs tale, you would be incorrect. So the real answer I was looking for when I was sharing this chart and going over the words is that they are all emotionally charged words that play in your psychology of the person that's in the market, the buyers, the sellers, their feelings. The market does not care about your feelings. That's something that you really have to get used to and understand and appreciate as someone who's involved in any investment, whether it be real estate, whether it be stocks, bonds, anything, precious metals, cryptocurrency, certainly. So the reason I point these things out is that the better of a job that you can do to remove emotion in your decisions, the more likely you are to achieve success. Now, I am not saying that that's an easy thing to do. I'm also not saying to be completely stoic and have no feelings and become an automaton robot. That's not what we're here for. We are humans. We are emotional beings. We do have feelings. At least I hope everyone does. We do get elated when prices go up. We do get anxious and sometimes angry and depressed about when prices go down. The thing is to have a plan. Have a plan before you get into the market, during the market, and after you're out of the market. Plan your work and work your plan. And have a plan for each one of your coins.
So we looked at the emotional roller coaster chart of markets, all the different emotional words that are in there, all the different feelings you can have as prices go up, prices come back down, the cycle repeats and repeats and repeats. And it'd be one thing to just jump into it and just write it out, knowing that you're going to experience these emotions, but as emotional beings, as humans, it's all going to get intermixed with you and mess with your mind and your logic and your plan. So that's why you need to have a plan your work your plan. The one example I want to leave you with, let's go back 4.5 years to January 2017, and Bitcoin was roughly $1,000. And let me share the chart with you as I talk through this.
So let's take a look at the chart for Bitcoin for the last 5 years. So going back to January of 2017, the price of Bitcoin was below $1,000. So this speaks to our Coma comment that I mentioned earlier. You could have gone from $1,000 to almost $60,000 today, a 60x move in 4.5 years, if you could have stomached the ride. And one way to stomach that is if you had slipped into a coma for 4.5 years and never looked at what happened to the price. Now, what's really happened is that we've gone from 1,000 to 20,000 in December 2017, back down to the $3,000-$4,000 range in December 2018. Then we went back up to 11,000, came back down below 6,000, and then we spiked up to 14,000, trailed down below 10, and then we took off again. So all these upwards and downwards moves, we were below the all-time high. You could have actually gotten in at $20,000 back in 2017 and been sweating the entire time until now, where we're back over $20,000. You still would have realized a 3x in 4 years, which is still pretty good in any financial market. But clearly the 60x possibility from 4.5 years ago is fantastic. The problem is, like, this is a roller coaster of a ride to go up, down, up, and then some more pullbacks in here to go from nearly 40,000 down to 30,000, back up to 60,000, back down to below 50, and then back up to 60 again. So this is quite the wild ride. It can be an emotionally draining process, and this is why you really need to think about how you're going to attack the market, attack your investments, and plan for these eventualities, which will happen in any market. There will always be this psychological roller coaster and this turmoil of price versus time.
So if you were in what I call a crypto coma and you went to sleep for 4.5 years, you would wake up today with Bitcoin nearly at $60,000 and you had bought it for $1,000. You would have been up 60 times on your money. However, that assumes that you're a complete hodler. You don't look at the prices of Bitcoin. You don't worry that it went from 20,000 to 3,000 to 14,000 to 10,000 to 40,000 now to 60. All throughout those 4 years, all those emotions that you experienced throughout that ride, wondering what's going to happen next. Is my money safe? Am I going to make the money I hope to make? Am I going to be able to hold on long enough to see the success I'm anticipating? If you're not in a crypto coma and just you're asleep for 4.5 years, you have no way but to expect it. Like you could say, like you get into investment now and say, oh, I'm going to buy Theta today for $12 because I think it's going to be $1,200 in the future. That's wonderful to say, and you're going to expect and anticipate that 100x moment. But what happens when theta goes to 20, 50, 100, 200, 250 on the path, and then it retraces back down to 100? How will all those things make you feel? Do you want to have one bag that's just a hodl bag? Do you want to have two? Do you want to trade some? Are you going to be able to just hodl and just go into the coma state and just not worry about it and say, I plan for 100x and I'm not going to wait. But if it gets to 50x, what are you going to do? That's why you need a plan. You need to reevaluate your plans in the absence of emotion. So think about the psychology of the market. Think about those feelings. Think about those emotionally charged words. Think about how you can get into that crypto coma state without having to slip into it for 4 years, and plan your work your plan. Remove emotions as much as you can out of it by having that plan and letting your plans react to the market rather than having the market dictate how you behave and how you invest and whether or not you make ultimately the right decision. So I hope this one was helpful for you today. It was a little bit different, but I think it's really important to get these kinds of concepts in your mind. Just take some Zen thoughts about the entire practice of what we're doing of trying to grow our wealth and get financial freedom. It takes some doing. You are your own bank now. You are your own investor. You can be also your own worst enemy if you let your emotions dictate what you're going to do without having a plan. So, said a lot today. I hope it all made sense. I hope it works out for you, and I hope it's a benefit to you. So with all that said, I'm going to close the drawer in the bureau, and I'll see you next time. Before you go, I just wanted to let you know some of the things that are going on at LitecoinLeader.com. First off, we have Altcoinopoly running from now until the end of July. That's the subscriber contest where you can enter in to win a trip to Myrtle Beach. All subscribers who fill out the complete board, all you have to do is watch the videos, write down the piece where it goes on the board, and submit that in August, and you'll be entered in for the drawing where a trip for up to 4 people can come on down to Myrtle Beach, spend the week, have dinner with me, enjoy a great vacation in the August-September timeline, and be part of the feature of probably a meetup that we're going to have centered around that experience. So that's part of what we're doing right now. Also, anyone who joins as a member to LitecoinLeader.com, you get access to all the extra special videos that we have over there, from strategy to how to build your own portfolio, not financial advice, of course, but also some extra coins that you have out there. And also for the unlimited level, you have full access to me for office hours each week. Now, for those of you who can't quite get to that point and you're not on your crypto journey at that level, it's okay. We also have some time out there. I have made some hours available for you can schedule a consultation with me. You'll find throughout the website, you can schedule a consultation with Litecoin Leader, various price points, various times. I try to make myself as available as possible. And if you're just getting started, I fully understand. We all start somewhere. We have the lowest tier available. There's also free content on YouTube. So there's plenty going on. One last thing, I almost forgot. For those of you who join at the second level up, the legacy level and higher, you get a free t-shirt and I'll mail it to you. And in addition, you get 25% off if you send in a photo of yourself around town. You get 25% off of a 1-month subscription if you're wearing a Litecoin Leader t-shirt. Just tell me what size you want and I'll make sure you get it. That's for the $50 level and up. And then lastly, if you make that same photo and you make it at a landmark, and I could tell where you're at. So I could say like, hey, you're at the St. Louis Arch, you're at the Toronto Space Needle, you're at the Golden Gate Bridge, something like that. So you're Manhattan, Times Square, fantastic. That's double. You get 25% off for 2 months. So come on over to LitecoinLeader.com. We get a ton going on. We have Discord, we have resources, we have articles, we have everything going on that you could possibly want for the altcoin space. Come on down, have some fun, and I'll see you over there.